Hello everyone. Before we get started today, I wanted to share with you something I'm exploring a little bit more of at the moment. I am in the infancy and at the start of my coaching career. I'm, for now, calling it Life Coaching with Lawrence. I've had a couple of wonderful individuals who have gone through this process with me from a trial point of view, but I want to open it out more. It's to follow my intuition. It's something I'm very passionate about and care deeply about helping others. So if you're interested in some one-to-one coaching, I'm going to be offering 4-hour-long sessions over the course of 1 month. I will be doing it on a monthly basis. So from the moment of listening to this episode and thereforth, if you're interested in any one-to-one coaching, reach out to me, send me an email. By listening to this, you'll know how to contact me. So let me know and we can discuss further. Cheers. Hello everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Self-Improvement Project. I hope you are all well. I hope potentially you're listening to this episode right after my update the other day about moving up to 3 podcast episodes per week. I hope you're excited about that increase in volume of episodes, but also content for your ears. I hope that it's not too overwhelming and it will continue to challenge your thinking in a positive manner. As always, I honestly, when people write to me, it lights up my day. So if you ever want to consider it, even if it's just a wee bit about yourself or short story about your self-improvement journey, I would love to hear that. Today's episode is called Fill Up Your Cup, and it's inspired by that situation where you need to take better care of yourself so that you can give the best version of yourself to the world. And if it's so obvious, why am I talking about it? Because there's always times where we find ourselves in this situation. It can creep up on us. It can happen without us even realizing. And today I want to talk a wee bit more about that, how it happens, what it does to us, how we can overcome it, how we can manage it, essentially, as life happens. And if you're listening to this, not just this episode, but this podcast, you are probably quite an altruistic person. You are a giver to others. You take a lot of pride and satisfaction out of giving to the world around you and helping others, which is maybe why this is so relevant for you as well. Because we give so much, we end up really stopping ourselves from being the best version of ourselves. And if the world isn't getting that from you, then that's not fair on anyone. Life gets busy, life gets hard, we go through waves of difficult periods. And this is the moment where we often forget about ourselves. We maybe let slight habits slide, or we simply take the less disciplined option because we feel like it's a reward for how much we're giving to our daily life. And as much as these things are natural and maybe instinctual, it actually has that detrimental effect on the whole picture, the whole situation. And if we never take that step back to fill up our own cup, it can be quite a long journey back to that. The simple things, the potentially tougher things, are the things that make you better. These are the things that do require slight discipline. Let me give you an example. You maybe have a difficult and busy day where emotionally you're quite overwhelmed. You've probably been quite overworked with lots of different things. Maybe this is a work day and you come home and you feel like you deserve a reward, and that reward leads to you maybe staying up a bit later than usual, maybe eating some snacks that you probably wouldn't eat because you've been really disciplined with your diet. But as you watch a bit more TV, it's actually sliding into your really disciplined evening routine that you've developed to nail your sleep patterns, that is making you feel fresh. And this cycle can develop where we lose track of that wonderful discipline that we've kept up. Now, I'm not saying that this is wrong. I'm just saying this is what it is. This is the situation that exists. So, how can we fill up our cup in this situation, or in this example? Yes, of course, it takes the discipline to maybe say no to these easy rewards that we want. But maybe it's a time to step back. Do you dedicate enough you time? This you time is, I like to think of it as nothing time. You have potentially some dedicated space to literally do nothing, but this nothing time isn't planned. There's no agenda to it, yet it's time where you know it's not going to negatively impact on the great things that you've done. To compare with the last example that I had about maybe after work where you're watching TV or snacking, maybe you need to take an entire day or an entire weekend to switch off. Maybe that is your recovery period from the tough time that you've been having during the week. Is there a way that you can split up your days? Is there nothing time? Again, this is maybe a personal example, but my work shift or my work pattern means I start later in the day. I prioritize my mornings as a bit of nothing time, me time, as I'm doing bits and bobs, but nothing really. And I guess the challenge for you today here is to find the time in your day or the time in your life where you can prioritize you. You can prioritize time and actually say no to all the social commitments, all the work commitments, all the demands being made of you by others, and actually feel confident enough to say, well, no, because if I say yes to this, it will remove the wonderful parts of me that I can give to the world. So where is your you time? Where can you fill up your cup? What are the wonderful, simple, disciplined things that you've developed that you shouldn't throw away? Or maybe if you're on that slippery slope, what can you do now to redeem them? And that's us. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you guys all next time. Cheers. Hey guys, me again. I hope you enjoyed that episode, and if you're not ready for the Becoming Unstuck in 30 Days self-led course quite yet, why don't you try my free ebook I created? 5 simple steps to improve yourself and your life. I made this during the very first lockdown of the pandemic in the early days of the Self-Improvement Project. It's a quick go-to when you're feeling unsure what to work on when improving yourself or your lifestyle. And the great starting point if you're trying to figure out how to live a more fulfilling and simple life. The link for this will be in the show notes for you. Have a good one.